Welcome back to Full Circle with Wikali, where you tuned in from 111 That is our SMS line, and it's just going to cost you a shilling to be part of the conversations and in your questions. And find us on social media, Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. Now, today, there's a lot of books going around, a lot of it, and that has formed the basis of our giveaway question today. And all you have to do is just share with us the number of books that you've read this year so far, and list them down for us, for you to walk away with a gift hamper courtesy of Hako Industries. I've got 10 more to go, and we're just going to get into another beautiful book. It's time for Book Circle. Sakina Taki, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
The book that we have today is called My Little Yellow Book.
Yes, and it's nice and yellow.
It is. I am Kamba. It calls my name. It just says, Wikali. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
And just before we get into this book, kindly introduce yourself. You have very interesting titles.
Yes.
One that I've never heard, and I'm very eager to just find out what that is.
Well, okay, Sakina Taki. I'm a writer, and I've authored a book titled My Little Yellow Book. This is my second book.
Okay.
My first book is entitled The Epitome of Sacrifice. It talks about a war in history and a family who stood up against tyranny. This book is my journey with depression and my process of healing, most importantly.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And this has also led me to be a mental health first aider.
That's the title I was looking for.
Yes. So I'm certified by Mental Health First Aiders England.
What does that mean?
You've heard of physical first aiding?
Yes, I
it's
have.
right over here, Red Cross.
Yes,
they provide the training.
I know that.
When you fall, you get a scar, or you're in an accident.
Yes.
You see first aiders running to you. Who do you go to when you feel down? That's it. That's the blank space we're trying to fill.
Okay.
So mental health first aiders come in play when people are feeling down. If you have a friend or a family member and you think, I think they're suffering something, they've lost a loved one.
Yeah.
They've been through something, a relationship that they seem not to be able to cope with. This is where the mental health first aider comes in.
Okay.
We're taught how to approach the person. What kind of information should we give them? How should we be good listeners? If you come to me with your story, the first thing I'm going to tell you is, you don't know me. I've gone through this.
So that is something that should not happen.
Not really.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we get you a path to go on to professional counseling as well, which there's a very big stigma attached to it.
Yes.
If I'm sick, I'll go to the hospital, but if I'm feeling down, I'll never see a therapist.
Nope.
That to me is a waste of money.
Yes.
So we make you understand the importance of it, and importance of having a good emotional circle. So that's the role.
Okay.
As a mental health first aider. We put a band-aid on your emotions.
And then you start the journey of healing.
Yes.
So when you talked about that this was your journey, this led to this, and it also helped you heal, what story was that? What was going on in your life at this point?
Well, this was we're talking about 2016. Yes. And I was in a very toxic relationship. And I got married. It wasn't working very well. And, at this time, as a woman, you want to give that relationship your all.
Everything.
Right?
Yes.
Unfortunately, it wasn't going as I thought it would. And I decided to take a step back. And while trying to figure out how we're going to be in this relationship, while trying to see why have I been put so down, I'm somebody so confident, so bubbly, all of a sudden I'm being told that I'm this useless person who's not worth it, that what's going on here? And during that turmoil of emotions, there came a day where I was suicidal. And I sat, I remember, in my room with a blade, and there are these colorful blades you get at Textbook Center where you have to push it up.
Yes.
And I sat there with that blade, shivering, trembling, just saying, you know what? If I want to end my misery, I'd rather just end myself. And I'm trying to push it up, and it wouldn't push up. And I threw the blade, and I'm like, I'm so useless. Even death doesn't want me.
Oh, God.
And I want to use this book as a tool to reach out to somebody in that position, or to somebody who's just almost about to step into that zone. Because you never want anybody to feel that low in their life, ever. So taking the book as a tool to reach those people is a way of telling people, I'm here to help you out. I've been through it. I never want you to go through that. So this is a start.
Sakina, you make it sound very easy, which is it's like that happened and then I was a book. But how was the journey for you of knowing that I am worth more, that I will walk away from this, getting to a point where now I am willing to share my story with the world and go through the healing publicly and talk about it, because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not.
Every poem you read there is full of emotions. It's my story. It's me telling you how I was hurt, how I was betrayed, what I felt. So the journey was terrible. If I was suicidal, then you do know that journey has been full of rocks. But I say that if your winter is not harsh enough, your summer might not be that sunny either. And I was very lucky. I was brought up by very strong women around me who always told me that no matter what happens, you're worth it. So I think that somehow played a very important role in my head. And that's why as a woman today, if I wouldn't take a stand for mental health, what will happen to my children? So I'm lucky to have probably a mother or sisters who taught me self-worth. And that's when I told myself, no, I need, after that day, after going through that night of almost killing myself, I told myself there must be something I can do for myself on my own. And it's in the book where I write what I did to start healing. Let me tell you, I never for once thought I was even depressed, because when you're in that situation, you don't even know what you're going through. Or this term depression, we don't know how to define it. But I started doing activities, I started doing art, I started having a very strict schedule, because when you're in that place, you will never sleep at night. You could wake up at 5, but by 2 in the morning, you're still awake. So what do you do? Because that's the time that you're going to have all these thoughts. And it's about resilience. It's about how you can help yourself. And I mean, I was lucky enough, I got an opportunity to go to Zanzibar for a small project. I did not think. Because you also have to realize when it comes to a relationship and the breaking of a relationship, the woman is looked upon as the bad person.
What did you do?
Exactly. It's your fault.
Yes.
Right? So I took this opportunity to just probably run away from the situation. That's what probably some people call it. For me, it was a new beginning. And mind you, I had nothing planned in Zanzibar. I crashed at my office the first 4 nights, tried to look for accommodation. So that's how I started, with probably a cup of noodles a day, because you're trying to live on a budget. The first thing you want to buy is like, maybe I should just buy a kettle because this is going to do ABCD for me. But that's where my journey started. And I always told myself tomorrow is going to be better. Live in the moment. If you think about yesterday, you're going to be depressed.
That's true.
If you're going to think about tomorrow, it's going to give you anxiety. Think about today.
Now.
And this is where it has brought me.
Oh my God. And we're happy that you're here because we have a beautiful, beautiful yellow book with very beautiful. Look at that.
Yes.
You just want to read it. You just want to get into it. The structure of this book is totally different. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
Sure. So when I embarked on writing poetry, I did not know that it's going to turn out to be this different and this beautiful. Then when I started doing it, I started thinking about how art has affected me over the years. And I started collecting artwork from just different people. So my youngest artist in this book was about 2.5 years old when she gave me her work. So the book touches you because it's personal from every angle. My poetry, the artist, somebody 2.5 years old giving me her artwork to publish in the book. We have little quotes by people telling you how they've fought their battles, how they lead their life, what motivates them the most. So it's a compilation of personal journeys from all over. And that's what makes this book special. Then it's a journal. It's very hard to get a poetic journal.
Very hard. So we have spaces like this.
Yes, where you can start your own yellow book, start your own journey.
This is very thoughtful. Sometimes, and we were talking about this, the very first conversation we had, how important it is to take down notes when you're reading a book.
Oh, yes.
Because now your thoughts, your ideas, whatever comes to mind at that point, when you put it down, then you remember it. Then you start a journey on your own.
Yeah, funny enough you say that, because I never read a book with a bookmark. I always have a pencil in the middle of my books.
Oh my goodness. So there's one I've seen here that okay, here we go. Life a full circle in seasons. It says life has come a full circle, never a consistent line. Life has come in seasons, cold, dark nights, recovering sadness, budding hope, joyful relations. Life in full circle never rests at one season. Always looking forward to adapt, grow, to be happy. Showers reasons. With every shivering sorrow and every overcoming worry, in every growing intention and every blooming moment, life is a full circle, never a constant line.
Isn't that true?
Very true.
And that's what we have to appreciate about life. Don't put yourself down for a failure.
Yeah.
You know, don't put yourself down for a relationship that didn't work out. It's okay. You move on, you take the next step.
And sometimes it seems hard. And it's the fear of what will happen next. I only know this. What is waiting for me on the other side?
And this is why sometimes we need professional help,
Yes.
which has so much stigma attached. We don't know where to start off. Again, I'll say when you have physical pain, or if you know, today if your heart starts hurting, like your left hand starts hurting, are you going to just sit there and say, I'll be fine?
No.
Tomorrow, what are you going to do? You're going
Go
to
get help.
Exactly. So if you have gone through, I mean, we're living in an era where people are losing their loved ones every single day. Seek some sort of assistance. Professional assistance is the best kind.
Yes.
And for people who don't know where to start, this is where mental health first aiding comes. We tell you where exactly to start.
Okay.
And I've started something very interesting, which I call the healing circle,
Okay.
whereby when I'm trying to assist you with mental health first aiding, we do some activities. So I have a little farm at home. I normally get you to dig some beetroot. I get you to plant some seeds. And when it grows, I start sending you pictures and you feel the sense of fulfillment. I make you paint a pot and say, wow, look what you've done. So beautiful. So you want to realize what you're feeling, but you also want to learn how to heal yourself. Self-care is very, very important. It's what will build your resilience.
We're going to take a very short commercial break and we're going to come back. So do not go too far. If you have any questions whatsoever, matters mental health, well, we're here for you. 111 444 111. That is our SMS line. And remember, we've got 10 gift hampers for you. Please let us know what books you've read this year so far and list them down. We'll be right back after this break. Poems here, probably not all of it, but just to it is very raw. Most of the very fast poems.
Yes, the winter chapter.
Yes, very.
Yes.
Who will understand my situation? This feeling of inner depression, dying from within, strong sense of suffocation, constant pain in my heart. My world has stumbled. Why do I feel so heavy? Am I unstable? Am I conscious? Nothing is steady. Minor dab of pain, afflicted, feels like war, wounds and scars. My heart enclosed in a dark arena. Feelings behind bars. If we come and go individually, then why a companion I crave? Will this emptiness, loneliness disappear? Or the broken heart shall I walk to grave? Is this misery a passing cloud, or for eternity will it stick by? Is there someone who will sprinkle a dash of life? Anybody left to lift my spirits high? Waiting for the misery to pass. And the title of this one is Anybody There?
Exactly. It's like a knock knock.
Yeah, it's like knock knock.
Because that's what you're trying to do when you feel down. You're knocking every door. It gets to a point sometimes you lose faith as well if you're a staunch believer, because you're like, what have I done to deserve this? And this is where this comes from, just knocking for help.
And when we talk about these spaces, and you've been very loud about it, how we need to actually talk, we need to find help, and that's why you're there. And we've seen a lot of women come out to just, I am not okay, I need help.
Yes.
What about the men?
Oh, very interesting topic. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I had a men and mental health circle. And though there was a lot of resistance from many men to join the circle, I had a few who said, you know what, we're going to come. And funny enough, I had so many women asking to join that too. I told them, no, you need to sit this out. And I was nervous. I even told them, if you feel you don't want me to deal with your problems, I had a professional therapist in the circle who was handling the circle and activities, and they told me, no, you need to sit. Maybe they thought this woman is going to tell the rest what the issue is.
Yes.
So they highlighted some of the issues, and I concluded that it comes from childhood trauma. When you're raising a male child, the first thing you tell them is, stop crying like a girl.
Yeah.
And how many of us have used that phrase? Be a man. You're stronger than this.
Yeah.
You know, or a lot
Men
of
don't
focus.
show weakness.
Exactly. A lot of focus is given to the women or the girls in terms of sensitivity. Be there for your sister, but who is there for the brother? And then I asked them, fine, how do you react when you feel that you're going through something emotionally? And then they come out and say, violence, I just go and sleep around. And then you tell yourself that these problems in society that even we cry about, the problems we cry about, sometimes are created by us. If we gave them a safe space to speak, probably they will not react the way they react. And I was very excited because after the session, they pleaded. They're like, can we have this every month? Because this is the only safe space we have to talk.
God.
There is no way we can go. Who do we go and talk to? Our friends who we probably have a beer with, they would laugh at us.
Yes.
We can't go and talk to our girlfriends or wives because we have to be manly enough for them.
Yeah.
So where do we bring out our emotions?
You, Sakina.
This is the start. This is the very beginning.
And it's beautiful to just think that men want to.
Exactly.
They want to do it. If they find a space that they're comfortable enough, safe enough, then they're able to talk about it. And that it starts from somewhere.
Exactly.
And that's somewhere.
Yeah, it is. And what I normally do is every Thursday I have a live session on Instagram. And I bring along different therapists, different professionals to talk about topics. And funny enough, men and mental health and addiction were two sessions highly flooded, I would say, with men. So they want to seek help. They don't want to make it public.
Yeah.
They want to seek help, but they do want to. So let's reach out to them.
And let's do better.
Exactly.
Even as we are raising our own sons, let's do better.
Yes.
To our brothers, to our fathers. Let us give them that space and let them know that it's okay. It's okay for you to speak your mind. It's okay for you to feel weak, to be emotional,
to cry.
To
it's
cry.
okay
It
to
is
cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is okay to cry. Oh my God. So how can people get this book? And is there an ebook to it as well?
Oh yes. So if you're in Kenya, you can log on to www.nuriakenya.com and the books are available there. You can also reach me, inbox me on Instagram, Sakina_Taki. Please reach out to me if you do have any issues too, not just if you want to buy the book. Log on to www.sakinataki.com. I also have a list of counselors there. And also, you can WhatsApp me on +254 706 436347 and I can get the book delivered to you. The book is on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle version.
Okay.
Yes.
Just say the number again.
+254 706 436347.
And just before I let you go, let's talk about the Tamani Foundation.
Oh, yes. So Tamani Foundation is where my healing process started. And that's why I also have the frame of gratitude in my book. Tamani taught me giving is healing. So I worked at Tamani Foundation as a manager. They have a hotel. They have 2 villas, beachfront villas and rooms. And all the profits from Tamani villas goes directly to Tamani School. And when I used to work as a manager, I used to volunteer as a teacher. And my art teacher, if he's watching this, would really laugh, but I used to teach art at Tamani. And it started healing me because these kids would just show you love and care without you giving them anything. Oh, wow. And these are kids who'd come to school without probably breakfast. Probably the uji they have at school is the only meal they have. And I realized the more I gave into them, my time, my effort, the more I started to heal. And that was the first time in my life I realized money is nothing. The most expensive thing you could buy in the village was mangoes. So it also taught me that you don't need all these materialistic things to be okay and to heal yourself. No, you just need to be you. Absolutely. You need to be calm and you need to give. So 10% of all the sales of this book go directly to Tamani Foundation.
And how much is the book going for?
So between 1,000 to 1,200, depending on where you purchase it from. If you buy directly from me, then it's 1,000 shillings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I hope to see your little journey.
Yeah. There's
And
there's
your
a
little
space,
yellow book.
There's a space right there for just to scribble in thoughts from the hat as raw as they come. I have winners for you, courtesy of Hardcore Industries. Morning with Carly and Grace. I've read The Pearl, A Doll's House, and The Blossom of the Savannah. Your number ends at 289. Hi, Mukali. I've read a couple of good books as well. Good Vibe, Good Life, Five Languages of Love. I Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady, Be Better, A Better Way to Pray. Your number ends at 251. Hello, Mukali. I've read Purpose Driven Church by Rick Warren. Life You Have Always Wanted by John Ortberg. Kept by the Eye by Uncle Dave. Your number ends at 460. I'm Penina from Kirinyaga. I read these inspirational books and have really helped me. Pillars of Destiny, David Oyedepo, Supernatural Childbirth, and I almost ruined my marriage. Your number ends at 138. Hello, Mikali. I'm Carol from Meru. I've read many books that have kept me going through tough times. A few of them are the River Between, The Pearl, Inheritance, Overcoming Poverty, etc. I'm hoping to win the gift. I don't know why I'm shukuing these books that you're telling me. It's called Inheritance. Okay. 614, the last three digits of your number. Congratulations. I've got 5 more to give away. We'll be right back after this break.